Good morning once again, and we are on our second part, and we left actually four changes and introductions of the revised corporation code, and now we continue. Okay, the third change or introduction made by the revised corporation code, as I picked, is the deletion of the minimum capital stock, subscription, and paid up capital stock during incorporation. And this is very material because in the old corporation code, there is a minimum requirement, and according to section 12 now of the new law, it's no longer required. And even in one person corporation, so as much as you can or even as low as you want it to be, except for special law. If there's a specific special law on the matter that makes that asks for the requirement, then that must be complied with, because your corporation code is a general law, so special law prevails over general law according to our statutory construction rules. Now, there's also this exception. Actually, during incorporation, there is no minimum capital requirement, whether it's subscription or paid up. However, if the incorporators opt to increase the authorized capital stock, then they have to comply with the minimum requirement of 25% and 25% for both subscription and paid up capital, respectively. So you have to take note that this requirement is found in section 37 of the revised corporation code. Now we go to our fourth change or introduction introduced by the revised corporation code. Now there is this deletion of residency requirements for incorporators and directors and trustees, because the majority should be residents here as in the old corporation code. However, there's no more requirement for this, and except for the treasurer and the secretary, who must be residents in the Philippines, and this is according to section 24, and this is specifically provided in the law. So you have to take note of this, and actually this makes our thinking, or it's simple for us to think. And okay, we go to our fifth change or introduction. According to um, the old law, in case that the corporation fails to commence business or organize from the date of its incorporation within the 2 year period, that is considered to have its certificate of registration as deemed revoked. However, the same has been increased to 5 years actually. And the delinquent, they we label it as the delinquent corporation, has a period of 2 years to resume operations and comply with all the requirements. So this is actually, it's obviously a way of easing the doing of business in the Philippines by extending the period. And actually this is very useful, especially that if and when there could be problems encountered by the incorporators, at least there's leeway on this. And we go to our last um, changes or introduction. So it is the adoption of remote communication and in absentia participation. So you have to take note that the doing of a business of a corporation, there could be decision makings, votings that will be done. However, you have to note that since the old corporation code was enacted in 1980, and during that time technology was not that available, so now this is a way of adapting to the technological advancements, such that teleconferencing is allowed. And you have to take note that remote communication and in absentia participation are allowed in this five or six sections or provisions of the law, specifically section 23 on election of directors or trustees, section 49 and 50 on regular and special stockholders meetings, and also during directors and trustees meetings as found in section 52. So during board meetings or voting by the board of directors and stockholders and members, voting in absentia or participation in absentia and remote communication is now allowed, because actually it was really impractical in those days, even that the director or the stockholder will just be absent from the meeting because it's physically impossible. So, given the availability of the internet and the fast communication means these days, so remote communication and in absentia participation are allowed. So, let's recap. Um, this these are the changes and introductions, which are the key features of your revised corporation code. And actually, again, the new corporation code has it has expanded from the old corporation code, and I remember it has 188 sections. Although it's a long way to read it, but if you really have interest of studying and understanding the law, then you will be um, comprehending the law. So I hope you learned so much from this lesson, and I hope also that you will share this to your friends who could be preparing now for the bar examinations. And actually, this is part of already of the um, incorporated already in law school since 2019. So thank you so much, and see you in the next lessons to come in the future. Bye for now. Bye bye.